What is the smallest thing that makes you lose your temper immediately? Someone trying to talk to me while I eat at work. Come on, just let me have this 10 minutes to myself. Oh my god, this is the stuff that makes me see red. Example. Me, finally sits down for lunch after being on my feet for 4 straight hours, just wanting to be left alone so I can eat in peace and silence. Co-worker, every ducking time without fail, watcher eating, comes over and peers at my lunch, then decides to start this whole one-sided conversation about her cooking / her kids' eating habits / her opinions on whatever I'm eating / etc. and bothers me for my entire lunch break. Me, thinking, smile yes. This is exactly how I envision my one singular 10-minute break going. Awesome. Ducking flies. I'm generally pretty chill, but as soon as a fly buzzes by my head I lose my head. When I was a little kid, probably 5 to 6 years old, a bug flew into my ear and got stuck for what seemed like forever. All the adults at our family get-together were crowded around me trying ways to get it out. Eventually water or oil worked it out. But that goddamn buzzing and biting inside my ear for however long it was had scarred me for life. I was paranoid around any buzzing bug after that. I wouldn't let anyone touch my ears. To this day it makes me wildly uncomfortable to even let my husband of 10 years touch my ears, for example brush my hair behind my ears. So I'll just leave you with that nightmare fuel, I guess. Sorry. When I bite into a delicious sandwich and all the insides fall out of the other end. I call this sandwich rage. Holy cow, I get so mad at this, especially if I'm super hungry. It's like the sandwich is procrastinating on being eaten. Damn, my sandwich is learning from me. People using their brightest screens on their phones to check texts and social media during movies in a theater. People checking social media during a movie drives me insane. It's 2 hours of your life. Just sit there and watch the goddamn screen. If you can't do that, stop going to movies. Hell, even the dim setting is pretty bright in a dark room. Just don't touch your phone. It's not that hard. When standing in line at a store and the person behind you is ramming into you with their shopping cart or standing way too close. Seriously, personal space, you pushing me won't make the line go any faster. Talking over me. I get that it's a cultural thing for some people. In some families you never get heard at all unless you talk over your family members, but doing it in regular conversation is just enraging. Also condescension. Call me son or honey one more time. Calm down, sweetheart. Lighten up, Francis. Francis? Francis? I'll clamp you with the Francis. Francis, where the Eiffel Tower is. Unflushed toilet. A lady in our office would leave the bathroom with the roll of toilet paper hanging down into the garbage can. We moved the garbage can and mentioned it to her many times. Now, the toilet paper goes all the way to the floor. Last time I brought it up, all she replied with was, "You don't have kids yet, so you are going to have to learn for that to not bother you." Yeah, I don't have kids, but just because you do, it doesn't give you an excuse to act like a kid here at work, Betsy. I hate her for you. When an adult throws a tantrum to get what they want and succeed. For example, when someone tries to return something without a receipt and the manager says they can't accept their return, so the person starts making a scene and the manager gives in. Nothing ducks me off more than people getting away with stuff when they know they're in the wrong. Yeah, that is the worst. Was liberating when I became acting manager for a bit at my old job. Seeing the expression on their face when they realize it won't work is just great. Catching my earbud cord on a doorknob and having it ripped from my ear. I got hooked the other day and instead of ripping out of my ear it pulled my phone out of my pocket. It ended up on the ground with the screen cracked. The real source of courage for Apple to get rid of the headphone jack. While working at Subway, it bothers me when people say "you can get me" instead of "can you get me." I think it's just the gesture of asking that I appreciate, so when someone doesn't it throws me off. Same, but with household chores. Can you take out the trash? Okay, sure, no problem. You can take out the trash. Instant rage mode. Who'd thought flipping 2 words at the beginning to a sentence would make such a difference? People who try to get on an elevator before anyone else has a chance to step off. When a roommate takes something of yours unannounced, like a beer from your 6-pack, or a big scoop out of your peanut butter jar. Nothing huge, but just enough to know that they took something from you without asking. I had a roommate that would eat entire containers of leftovers, or frozen pizzas, or giant bowls of cereal. Claims he was a sleep eater. Me off. Like, I'm a generous guy, you ask me for one of my frozen pizzas, chances are I'll say yes. It's the act of just taking it like you are entitled to my stuff and ultimately my hard-earned money that enrages me. Also, sleep eaters eat things raw, and right out of the box, and typically only in familiar places, not in a new dorm room where your subconscious doesn't know where anything is. You don't turn on the oven, set a timer, and straight up cook a frozen pizza that doesn't belong to you. Reported him and he was relocated quickly. Apparently others had similar issues with him. When I throw my keys on the table and they slide off, then I try again and they slide off again, and I just say "Whack it" and leave them on the floor. I hate dropping something then trying to pick it up only to drop it again right as soon as you rise up. I do this. Then I get all pissed off at the inanimate object and pick it up roughly, because that'll teach it.